Many people think depression is just sadness. Others think it is weakness. Some believe it is something you can simply get over. But depression is none of those things. Depression is one of the most misunderstood mental health conditions in the world. Depression is a real mental health condition that affects how a person feels, thinks, and experiences life. It is deeper than sadness. And it is heavier than most people realize. Everyone feels sad at times. Sadness is a natural emotion. It comes after loss, disappointment, or difficult moments. Sadness usually fades with time, rest, or support. Depression is different. Depression stays. It lingers for weeks, months, or even years. And it affects nearly every part of a person's life. Depression can make a person feel empty instead of sad. It can take away interest in things they once loved. Hobbies may stop feeling enjoyable. Conversations may feel draining. Life may begin to feel dull or meaningless. Even small tasks can feel overwhelming. Getting out of bed, taking a shower, replying to a message. These things may seem simple to others. But to someone with depression, they can feel incredibly heavy. Depression is not a lack of effort. A person with depression may want to feel better. They may want to be productive. They may want to enjoy life again. But depression affects the brain. It changes how motivation, energy, and pleasure work. This is why telling someone to just be positive doesn't help. Depression can also affect the body. People with depression often feel tired all the time. Even after sleeping. Sleep itself may become difficult. Some people can't fall asleep. Others sleep too much but never feel rested. Appetite can change. Weight can go up or down. The body may feel slow, heavy, or weak. These physical symptoms are real. Depression is not only emotional, it is physical too. Depression also changes the way a person thinks. Thoughts may become negative or harsh. Mistakes feel bigger than they really are. The mind may replay past regrets again and again. Concentration becomes difficult. Decisions feel overwhelming. The future may feel dark or pointless. These thoughts feel convincing, even when they are not true. That is the illness speaking. One of the hardest things about depression is that it is often invisible. A person with depression may still go to work. They may still smile. They may still laugh. This is sometimes called high-functioning depression. From the outside, everything may look fine. But inside, the person may be exhausted and hurting. This is why depression is so often misunderstood. Depression does not have just one cause. It can develop because of many factors working together. Stress, trauma, loss, loneliness, long-term pressure, brain chemistry, genetics. Sometimes, depression appears without a clear reason at all. And that does not make it any less real. There are also different types of depression. Some people experience major depression, with intense symptoms that last for weeks or months. Others live with long-term, low-level depression that quietly affects their entire life. Some experience depression linked to seasons, life changes, or major events. Each form is valid. Each deserves understanding and care. Living with depression can feel lonely. It can feel like you are falling behind in life. Like everyone else is moving forward. While you are stuck, depression often brings guilt. Guilt for resting. Guilt for needing help. Guilt for not being better. But depression is not your fault. You did not choose this. And you do not need to carry blame. The most important thing to know is that depression is treatable. Many people find relief through therapy. Others benefit from medication. Support from friends, family, or community helps. Healing does not happen overnight. Progress is not a straight line. There are good days and hard days. Setbacks do not erase growth. Depression versus sadness. We all experience sadness. Sadness is part of life. It comes after loss, disappointment, or difficult moments. It is normal, temporary, and usually fades with time. Depression, on the other hand, is something very different. It is not simply feeling sad. It is a serious mental health condition that affects the way a person thinks, feels, and lives. The key differences between sadness and depression. 1. Duration. Sadness is temporary. It comes and goes. It may last for hours or days, sometimes weeks. Depression lasts much longer. Symptoms can persist for weeks, months, or even years. It does not improve simply with time or distraction. 2. Intensity. Sadness can feel heavy, but it usually allows for moments of relief. A walk, talking with a friend, or a positive experience may lift your mood. Depression is more intense and persistent. Even good news may not bring joy. Pleasure from hobbies, socializing, or daily routines may disappear. This is called anhedonia, the inability to feel pleasure. 3. Impact on life. Sadness rarely stops you from functioning. You might feel down, but you can still go to work, take care of responsibilities, or enjoy life at times. Depression affects nearly every aspect of life. It can make it hard to get out of bed, eat properly, focus, or complete simple tasks. It can interfere with relationships, work, and daily routines. Physical effects. Sadness usually affects emotions but rarely has a strong physical impact. Depression affects both mind and body. It can cause fatigue, sleep problems, appetite changes, headaches, or unexplained aches and pains. The body feels heavy and drained, even after rest. 5. Thoughts and cognition. Sadness may include negative thoughts, but they are usually limited and temporary. You may think, "I feel bad now, but this will pass." Depression can distort thinking. It can bring persistent self-criticism, hopelessness, guilt, and worthlessness. The mind may replay past mistakes endlessly. It may convince a person that things will never improve. 6. Emotional range. Sadness allows for the full spectrum of emotion. Even while sad, a person can still feel joy, love, or excitement. Depression often narrows emotional experience. Some people feel numb. Others feel only sadness, emptiness, or irritability. Sometimes, they may laugh or smile, even while hurting inside. 7. Triggers. Sadness usually has a clear trigger. A breakup, a loss, a disappointment, stressful events. Depression may have triggers, but often it appears without any clear cause. It can also worsen after life stress, trauma, or chronic pressure. And sometimes, it comes seemingly out of nowhere, which can be confusing and frightening. Why this matters? Understanding the difference between sadness and depression is important. Sadness is a natural emotion, it does not require medical treatment. Depression is a medical and psychological condition, it can benefit from therapy, medication, or support. Mislabeling depression as just sadness can prevent someone from getting help. It can also increase guilt or self-blame for struggling to feel better. Signs that sadness might be depression. Persistent low mood most of the day. Loss of interest or pleasure in activities. Feeling empty, numb, or hopeless. Difficulty sleeping or sleeping too much. Changes in appetite or weight. Fatigue or low energy. Difficulty concentrating or making decisions. Feelings of guilt or worthlessness. If these symptoms persist for more than 2 weeks, it may indicate depression. What depression feels like? Depression is not always visible. It does not always look like sadness. It can hide behind smiles, laughter, and everyday routines. And that is one of the hardest parts for those who experience it, and for those around them, to understand. Depression can feel like carrying a heavy weight, invisible to others. Even the simplest tasks may feel impossible. Getting out of bed, showering, or answering a message can feel exhausting. The weight is not just mental, it is physical too. Every movement feels heavier, every thought feels slower. Depression can feel like an emptiness inside. A hollow feeling where joy, motivation, or excitement once lived. Hobbies that used to bring pleasure now feel meaningless. Time may feel distorted, minutes dragging, days blending together, and the future seeming distant or unreachable. Some people with depression feel constant fatigue, even after rest or sleep. They may struggle to find energy for work, social interaction, or self-care. And yet, they may push themselves to appear normal. The effort to keep up appearances can be draining in itself. Depression often brings persistent negative thoughts. Mistakes or past regrets may feel larger than they really are. Hopelessness can cloud the mind. Self-criticism may become relentless. Even small failures can feel like evidence of being unworthy or broken. Emotionally, depression can feel like numbness or disconnection. Some people feel sadness constantly. Others feel nothing at all. Some may laugh, smile, and interact normally, while inside they feel empty or distant. This is often referred to as masked depression. Depression can also feel like isolation. Even in a room full of people, a person may feel alone. They may struggle to express how they feel, and they may withdraw to avoid being a burden or because connecting feels exhausting. For many, depression creates a sense of hopelessness or futility. The future may seem dark or unchangeable. Goals that once felt achievable may now feel unreachable. Even positive events may bring little relief or joy. Depression does not only affect the mind and emotions, it also affects the body. Sleep patterns can be disrupted. Appetite may increase or decrease. Aches, pains, and headaches are common. Even movement may feel slower or heavier than usual. Sometimes depression feels like fear of feeling. A fear that sadness, guilt, or emptiness will never end. Or a fear of losing control over thoughts and emotions. This fear can create tension, anxiety, and mental exhaustion. Depression can also make people feel trapped or stuck. A sense of living in a loop, unable to move forward or escape the heaviness. Even when support or opportunities are available, taking action may feel impossible. Yet, despite all this, people with depression often continue to survive. They may show up for work, take care of loved ones, or manage responsibilities quietly. This hidden strength is often overlooked, but it is real and remarkable. The most important thing to remember is that depression is not a choice. It is not laziness, weakness, or failure. It is a medical and psychological condition. And it is treatable. Hope without pressure. Hope is often misunderstood. Many people think hope means smiling through pain, forcing positivity, or pretending everything is fine. But hope does not have to be loud, dramatic, or immediate. Hope can exist quietly, gently, even in the hardest moments. Hope without pressure is the kind of hope that does not demand perfection. It does not say, you must get better now. It does not say, you must be strong. It simply says, you are here. That is enough. When we struggle with depression, anxiety, or life's challenges, we often feel pressure to heal quickly. We compare ourselves to others. We measure progress in achievements, smiles, or productivity. This pressure can make hope feel impossible. It can make the future feel like a test, instead of a space where healing is allowed to happen slowly. Hope without pressure says, it's okay to move slowly. It's okay to rest. It's okay to stay in bed today, if that is what you need. It's okay to take small steps, even when the bigger steps feel impossible. This kind of hope is gentle. It is steady. It is patient. It is not tied to timelines, deadlines, or results. It is tied to simply being alive, simply surviving, simply continuing. Even when life feels heavy, even when sadness feels constant, hope can exist in the small moments. A deep breath, a warm cup of tea, the sunlight hitting your room, a soft smile from a friend, listening to a calming voice like this. These small moments are proof that hope is still present, even if it feels faint. Hope without pressure also reminds us that healing is not linear. Some days will feel lighter. Some days will feel heavy again. Some moments will bring relief, while others bring frustration. That does not mean hope has failed. It means healing is happening naturally, at its own pace. Hope without pressure invites self-compassion. It says, you are allowed to feel what you feel. You are allowed to struggle. You are allowed to take care of yourself without guilt. You are allowed to exist exactly as you are. This is hope that is safe. Hope that does not push, force, or judge. Hope that simply holds space for you. When hope exists without pressure, it can be quietly powerful. It does not scream, but it gives strength. It does not demand action, but it gives courage. It does not promise instant change, but it promises that better moments are possible, eventually. Breathing and grounding, finding calm in the present moment. Breathing is one of the most powerful tools we have. It connects our mind and body. It brings us back to the present moment. It reminds us that, despite challenges, we are still here. Start by noticing your breath. No need to change it. Simply notice it. Notice the air entering your nose or mouth, filling your lungs, and leaving your body. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, the gentle expansion of your belly, the rhythm of your body as it moves naturally. Now, take a slow, deep breath in. Hold it for a moment, and then exhale slowly, letting go. With every breath, imagine tension leaving your body. Imagine stress, worry, and heaviness flowing out with your exhale. And with every inhale, imagine calm, peace, and lightness entering your body. Breathing is grounding. It brings you back to your body, back to the present, back to the moment you are in, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Grounding helps your mind and body reconnect. It allows you to feel stable, centered, and supported. Let's try a simple grounding exercise together. First, notice 5 things you can see around you. Take your time. Look closely. Notice shapes, colors, textures. Next, notice 4 things you can feel. It might be your feet on the floor, your hands on your lap, or the texture of your clothing. Then, notice 3 things you can hear. The soft hum of a fan, distant voices, or the sound of your own breath. Now, notice 2 things you can smell. Even subtle scents. Take a gentle moment to notice them. Finally, notice 1 thing you can taste. It might be the taste in your mouth or simply noticing the act of tasting. By engaging your senses, you bring your attention fully into the present. This is grounding. This is safe. This is calm. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope these words, breathing exercises, and affirmations have helped you feel a little calmer, a little lighter, and a little more at peace. Remember, healing and rest are not a race. It is okay to take things 1 moment at a time. You are allowed to pause, to breathe, and to care for yourself. If you found comfort in this video, you can always come back to it whenever you need a moment of calm or reassurance. You are not alone. Your feelings are valid, and you deserve care, compassion, and rest. If you want to continue your journey toward calm and understanding, consider subscribing so you can access more videos like this whenever you need them. Take care of yourself. Be gentle with yourself. And remember, even in quiet moments, you are enough.